Hi there. In this video, we'd like to try actually a resupply process from one warehouse to another. So right now we have one warehouse only. And what we'd like to do is to create another warehouse. So we'll say this is the project warehouse. And we'll call this PW. And the address would be, let's create another one. We'll just create a new one. And we'll say this is the project warehouse manager. And this one is in, let's say, Batangas City. So we'll go back here and we'll say this is the Batangas warehouse manager. Oh wait, hold on, no, not that one. Project warehouse manager, there you go. Am I right? Let me double check. Yeah. Okay, and this will be under BML construction, and this will be a resupply from just the main warehouse. Okay, so now what we want to do is to review our inventory of products. So we have steel bars, an on hand of 352 and cement bag of 332. Now what we'd like to do is to have a, let's say we'll have a, we'll review first the stock on hand. So definitely there's no stock on hand for the project warehouse, it's all zero. And what we'd like to do is to create a sales order, and we'll say for Great Realty Corp. Okay, this will be steel bars. We'll have 50 of these, and we'd like to order these from the project warehouse. Okay, so if we click on confirm on this one, we expect that delivery, instead of going to the smart button, we'll go to the inventory module, and from here we'll see that there is supposedly a delivery, and this one is tagged now as waiting. Okay, so since there is no what do you call this, stock in the project warehouse, supposedly there should have been a replenishment rule for this one, and so we will have a route for this, which is a resupply from the main warehouse, and we'll do this auto. We'll create let's say we'll do 60 for this one, and definitely since there's no stock and the forecast is at 50, then we'll do order. So now once we go into the project dashboard, the inventory dashboard, what we will see is that in the project warehouse there is now a receipts request and also a delivery request from the main warehouse. So here this will be the delivery address is the project warehouse manager with an operation of delivery coming from the main warehouse, and this will be first going to an inter-warehouse transit for 110. Okay, why 110? Because we put there a, what do you call that, an initial okay, we have, sorry, let me go back. We have a delivery request for 50 going to the partners customers, and we also have a replenishment rule for 60. That's why for a total of 110. Okay, so we'll go back here on the delivery warehouse, delivery operation and there's 110, and we'll click on validate. Okay, so me acting now as the main warehouse manager, I just validated a delivery of 110 units of steel bars going into an inter-warehouse transit. Now once we go back into the overview, what we will see is that the delivery order has been completed, and that's why there's no pending transaction there anymore. And now, acting as the project warehouse, I will see a receiving coming from a receiving entry coming from B-Mill Construction, which is the main warehouse, into our project warehouse stock. And again, that's for 110, and we'll click validate here. And we'll, by the way, we'll see also that this is from a replenishment report, and we'll click validate on that one. And once we have that in our system, once we click on our stock here and we click project warehouse, we'll see that we already have 110 on hand of steel bars. And therefore, once we go to our overview dashboard, we'll see that we can now deliver this, and it's not waiting anymore, and the product availability is already available. And we'll just click on that validate. And that's how a resupply works. So just to recap, what we did was to create another warehouse. This is the project warehouse. And we clicked here to say that it's a resupply from the main warehouse, meaning if there's no more stock from the project warehouse, it will now get from the main warehouse. And how do we tell the system that it will get from the main warehouse? We did that by going into the replenishment rules and clicking on here we have the steel bars with a route of resupply, and that's auto, meaning once the scheduler runs, it will create a request to get from the main warehouse, and that's for 60 units of minimum. So anything once the stock goes below 60, then it will click on the resupply. It will trigger the resupply request. So once the resupply request is triggered, what happens is that there will be two transactions. First transaction is a delivery request coming from the main warehouse to deliver into a inter-warehouse transit location. And another request automatically created by Odoo also is a receipt request or receiving request for the receiving warehouse, which is the project warehouse, to receive the items into the into its warehouse. So if we go back into the operations and review the delivery request, we'll see here that this one was the first one. So from WMH stock into physical locations inter-warehouse transit. And then if we go here into the project warehouse receipts, we'll also see coming from physical inter-warehouse location going into the project warehouse stock. So that's it. Hopefully that helps you. Thank you, and subscribe.